Hi, Angela. All right, so I am here on your website, and how this works is I'm just going to kind of run through it as if I were a client coming to your website for the first time. I all I've done so far is open your link and I kind of scrolled to the bottom of your homepage, and that's literally all I've looked at. So I am basically fresh-eyed right here. So First thing, I love your logo. I like how you have these titled up here. Your images are stunning. Stunning. Quality is getting a little lost in this slider, but I don't think the average person is really going to notice that. So you've got a couple images that he's got some fuzziness. She's a little soft. This one's perfect. This one looks a little grainy or noisy. This one looks a little grainy. I don't know. Sometimes I think it might be the texture of the skin, and sometimes I think it might be something happening with the quality of the file. So I would just double check what's going on with that if you're able to. If not, it's not a huge deal because your photos are gorgeous. Okay, so your links at the top. You have all about Angela, view my work, let's go home, your logo, tour the studio, view my prices, and let's chat. Okay, so I am going to tell you you're going to have to rearrange these up top. Excuse me. We have to arrange these up top. In basically what you want to do is people don't care about you yet. And if you've watched any of my website reviews, I say this a lot. When a potential client comes onto your website, they don't want to learn about you. They do not care about you. They care about what you do. And they care about your studio. They care about your photography. They don't care about you. So you have to come at your website from that direction. So you should not be this first link up here. These need to go in order of how you want people to run through your website. So this should not be first. If anything, view my work should be first, or tour the studio should be first. Honestly, I would probably put tour the studio right here, and then view my work, and then view my prices. Let's go home. This just goes back to your homepage, which makes no sense to me. And the only reason I know that is because I'm looking at the little shortcut link down on the bottom left there where it pops up. Your logo goes back to your homepage. So this is confusing. As a client, I feel like it would be very confusing for this to go back to the homepage when I'm thinking it's something else. As a web person, I realized that it probably went back to the homepage, but as a client, I might think it means something different or fun or interesting, but it's not. So I don't think you need two things up here that go back to your homepage. But I do feel like you need the 3 links on either side. So I'm thinking that's probably why you did it, was to keep it kind of even. So we're going to keep going and we'll figure out what maybe we can put there to keep it even on either side, but still, but get rid of that home link. Actually, a blog. I don't know if you blog at all, but that would be the 6th great link to have up at the top would be to a blog. Okay, so from here, I am going to keep scrolling, and we'll come back and talk about this again at the end. So you have this great little chat, Facebook chat over here. Very cool. I'm going to go ahead and minimize that. Charlottesville newborn photographer, #1 for maternity and baby studio. Angela Mcnaul is a highly skilled newborn photographer based in Charlottesville, Virginia. Angela has captured stunning images. Okay, so, you're talking in the third person. Fine. But it's all about you. We're not ready for this yet. Okay? And I'm going to keep scrolling. When you want the very best for your newborn, look no further. This right here needs to be up here. Okay? It does not need to be you. You need to be all the way down at the very bottom. This is amazing. let's bring your dreams to reality together. I love this. This is amazing. This whole thing happening right here is gorgeous. And I love tour the studio. But you're going out of order here. All right? So we have you. We have reviews, which is great. Pricing, and then your studio. So you're kind of going in the reverse order here of how you want to show people what you do. You are not the most important thing, and your pricing is not the second most important thing. The most important thing that you need to be showing people is the experience and what you're offering, and not the price of what you're offering, but like the products, the style, like this whole thing right here with your studio. This is what you're offering. This is your selling point. You need to sell this before they encounter your pricing. And if you're having trouble booking people from your website, this is probably the problem, because the order of your website is super important. You are telling people that you and then your prices are the most important things that they need to know. And it's not. The most important things they need to know are probably here. So the first thing I can click on your website is learn about you. Okay, I'm going to click it. We're going to go there. The second most important thing you've put here is my prices. Now, you do need to decide, are you a first person or third person? Because up here, you talk about yourself in the third person, which is fine. But then down here, you say view my prices, which is first person. You need to have the same language across the board on your entire website. Are you going to be personable? Say I, me, my. Or are you going to always say Angela does this and Angela does that? You got to decide. It's got to be one way or the other. Either it's talking about I, me, my, or you're talking about your studio as a whole. Totally up to you, but you got to figure it out one way or the other. Okay, so you are adorable. Favorite, reader's choice, very cool. Baby whisperer. Nice. Okay, so I do love that your get to know you is very much about your clients and your knowledge of infants. That is fantastic. And then you kind of pull into your silly likes, because that's awesome. I like running daily because you love cupcakes. That's awesome. Perfect. Okay, and then email me. Okay, so follow me on Instagram, and then the different types of sessions. And these each have a link, but those links look weird. So we'll go to those in a minute. All right. And your price guide. Oh, how cute. Your work is just stunning. So, types of sessions. You offer maternity to a year, plus seasonal family session details, digital packages, start at, clients receive their gallery, and want more info, you go to contact. Okay, you need more photos in here. Like, this isn't telling me anything, really. This shouldn't be your logo. This should be like a whole collage of gorgeous photos. There's no reason that there shouldn't be a photo like with each one of these types of sessions. And tell me about what these things are, because this is just very generic. This could almost be an FAQ page. It's not a full pricing investment catalog. So it's not quite giving enough information. In fact, I might change this to a session info page and really I'm going to go to your gallery, not your yeah, your studio. I'm going to go to your studio page in a minute because I'm hoping you have information on there about what it is to work with you. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Contact. Okay, so there's not enough information. All right, so honestly, I think you could combine these two pages really easily. You don't have enough info on either of them to really give a good idea of what working with you is. And tour the studio, you're not showing me your studio. I'm seeing dresses, I'm seeing bonnets, I'm seeing wraps. Dresses, bonnets, wraps. And up here you've got something's happening with the resolution. They're very low res. I mean, your studio looks beautiful, but these are very low res photos coming through here. So I don't know what's happening with that, but you need to fix the resolution or whatever is going on with these studio photos, okay? And I want to know what I'm looking at. Like, tell me this, break it down, give me a studio tour, right? Take me through and say, give me a photo. This is my client's sitting area. Enjoy a cup of coffee or tea and a snack while you have a nice little rest while I'm photographing your baby. Like, tell me about the experience. The moment they walk through your door, how are they going to feel? What are they going to do? What's going to happen? Okay? And how does your studio help with that? How does your studio give them whatever sense of comfort, relaxation, professionalism, however you want to brand and word your studio? That is what you need to pull through. It's very clean. It's a little boho. It looks very warm and comfortable and welcoming. So play on those things. But this isn't a studio tour at all. Okay? So you have the page set up like it's there, but it's not a tour. Okay? In the same way that your price guide is not a price guide. It is just a starting price FAQ kind of side note. So I really think you could combine these two things. You can combine this FAQ pricing thing we have going and your studio tour into one singular informational page. Okay, and that would help with the menu problem we're having as well. Because if you get rid of Let's Go Home and you combine studio and prices together into a simple, fully encompassing informational page all about your studio and sessions and all the information that they might need to know, then you can put two links on either side. You can have whatever you want to rename it to, View My Prices, Tour the Studio, or All About Sessions, right? And then View My Work, and then All About Angela, and Let's Chat Connect. You can have 4 links at the top, and it would be perfect. And you would have one all-encompassing page that goes over your studio, the experience, and touches on those starting prices as a blip. I don't think you need an entire page just to say that my prices start at $200 and digital packages start at this. This is kind of a waste of a page. So I think you could combine them really easily. Okay, I'm going to pop back over here to your About page real quick. Okay, because they're not ready for emailing you yet either here. I'm going to tell you, this needs to go over to say, learn more about working with me. And it needs to pull over to that informational page that you're going to create. That's really what it needs to do. Because your goal here I'm going to come back to your homepage, is creating a path. And again, if you've watched any of my other videos, creating a path through your website is the biggest thing, okay? From the moment they click on your link and they hit your homepage, you need to be hand-holding them and guiding them through your website, exactly where you want them to go and what information you want them to have. So right now, do you want them to learn about you right off the bat? Or do you want them to learn about your studio and what you do and what you can offer them? I'm betting it's the second thing. You want them to learn about what you do. Now, this, I love Let's Bring Your Dreams to Reality. That's beautiful. I feel like this whole thing right here could be on your studio pricing page. This could be a very nice flip to go on there. The thing you're missing on your homepage right now is an emotional connection. There's no emotional connection on here really at all. It's all very factual, which is fine, but you're a person. You're personable, and you're photographing babies. And I mean, that's what I do too. I am a newborn photographer. So I know you have to have an emotional connection right off the bat with your potential clients. So instead of starting out with yourself, you can start when you want the very best for your newborn. Look no further. And then give me a photo and some words about newborn photos. Why are they important? Why are you the best? But tell them in a way that makes it about them. You want this. You're looking for this. Your dream is this, right? Just like this. When you want the very best for your newborn, look no further. Never once do you say, I'm going to take the best photos. Or I love newborns because. You don't talk like that. Talk like this right here. This is the start of your emotional connection right here. But you need to expand on it and tell me as a client, why? Why am I coming to you over anyone else? That is the biggest thing that we're missing here. But you need to tell me in a way that it's about me. Okay? And that is hard. That is the hardest thing, honestly, is not saying, I do this and I do that and I'm going to do this and this is how we do this, but rather wording it in a way that works for your clients and making it about your clients. So this is, again, a very straightforward process, which is fine for an informational page, but it's not when you need to be making an emotional connection. So right now, you're not making an emotional connection. So literally all people are looking at is your pricing, period. That is all they're looking at. And I will tell you, looking at these prices, you are sub $600 on the base. And I'm hoping this digital packages is like 5 images max. But I have no idea at this point. So as a client, I have no idea what this even means. The 200 does become a print credit, which is fine. I'm sure that would help with upping your sales on the back end. Or it's a loss if they only spend the 200 on prints. So, I mean, think about what you're walking away with here in terms of profits. I'm going to go ahead and tell you that you're probably worth more than that and you are undercharging for what you're doing. That being said, I don't know what your average sale is, but you might want to consider saying that you have a non-refundable creative fee up front and the average client invests X amount. So rather than telling your minimum, your starting point, give an average. That way people can go in kind of knowing what they're going to be spending. Because some people might look at this and go, oh, I can spend like $500 and get a couple prints too, and then that's cool. But they might not know that that $385 only covers 3 to 5 images, and the 200 might cover 2 8x10s, right? So you're not giving enough information for this to be a fully fledged pricing. And there's not enough that would make me want to reach out and book. So you're not giving quite enough info across the board here. Your website's beautiful. Your branding is spot on. It's gorgeous. It definitely goes with your work, but you just need to flesh out your website more. And again, so I would combine studio and pricing into an all-encompassing informational page. Let me show you mine real quick. I need to redo mine, but it'll give you a good idea of what I'm talking about. So you can see here, I have home, session info, portfolio, me, FAQ, blog, contact, and births. This is the order that I want people to go through my website in. And there is always a solid path through the areas of my website where I want them to go. So the first place I want them to go is my session info page. If they scroll down, I make an emotional connection and it takes them to my session info page. It does not take them about me. It does not take them immediately over to a pricing page. It takes them over to sessions. Now, I will say my session page does touch on pricing, which is kind of what I'm telling you to do. So I have Let's Explore. I am an outdoor newborn photographer, so that's what I talk about. And I talk a lot about you. This is where you belong. You could use a break from the technology. So then what you get, and you see I'm putting photos in all over the place. Okay, you're a photographer. Use your photos. You should have so many photos on your website all the time in all of your stuff. And it's a great way to break up information. So what you get, this is what I get, right? And then how it works. So this would be like what you have on your homepage right now. And in here, it's, most sessions take around 3 hours. You'll receive a digital gallery. Wondering when you should book or how much sessions cost? Check out my FAQ. So I do push them out if they want to know about pricing. Or if you want to look at photos, go to my portfolio or let's chat. So, even so though, this path always pulls them back. Even if they end up over here on my FAQ, we still end up with contact me. So the path through my website personally that I would like them to take is home, info, contact, or home, info, portfolio, contact, or home, info, FAQ, contact. That's always my goal, okay, is 3 steps. Home, info, contact. That is the shortest possible path that I want people to go through on my website. Do I really want them to go to my About Me page? No, I don't care. I don't care if they go to my About page. I would hope that enough of my personality comes through on the rest of the website that they don't really care to learn about me. But if they do, it's there. If they want to put a face to a name, it's there, and that's great. But that is not my priority. My priority is getting them the information that they need to know to book me. Now, some of the stuff on your About page, where's your About page? Closed out of it. Some of the stuff on your About page, you should absolutely put into your info page. Some of this stuff is amazing. That you have a NICU nurse background, that's amazing. That is incredible. You should be putting that in your information. Like, why should you trust me? Well, this is why you should trust me. Don't say it like that. But putting those into your normal branding, not just on your own About page. Work that into when you talk about your studio and you talk about the experience. You need to put some of this in there because these are your qualifications and these are things that will make people comfortable working with you. Knowing that you know how to handle babies, that you are trained, that this is your passion, your love, your life, literally, like as a NICU nurse, that's amazing. You can totally work in some of that information into your studio session info page. So I'm going to come back to your homepage. So again, I think the main thing you need to work on here is your website. Okay, so your website's very concise. There's not a lot here, which is both good and bad. I don't like websites that have a ton of pages. That gets really confusing and you end up all over the place and you get very lost in the path. So the fact that you only have like 5, but I think we're going to make it 4 pages is fantastic. It makes it very easy for clients to find the information that they need. The problem is that you don't have enough information or emotional connection on your website to get a client to want to contact you. And that's the biggest issue that I'm seeing, is the thing you talk about the most is yourself. Okay? And really take that to heart. Okay? I'm not trying to offend you, but literally the most words you have on your entire website are about you on your about page. That's a problem. You should have the most words when you're talking about your studio and your work and what you offer your clients. That's where you need the most information and the most words and the most connection. Okay? Not all about you. We need it more about them. Now, if they do happen to click on you first, you want to lead them over to an info page, not to contacting you. They're not ready to contact you yet. I do want to look at your contact page though. Okay. I wish it didn't have the weird scroll in there. I would work on that. See if you can fix that formatting at all. And you need a photo on this page. I don't know why there's not a nice big banner photo up top like there are on your other pages, or some sort of something on the sides. You need photos on this page. This is literally like the last touch. Okay? Your home page is your opener. It's your best of your best, right? And your contact page is your last touch. So it should also be the best of the best. Okay? All the photos you use in the middle will kind of get lost typically. People remember the very first thing they see, and they remember the very last thing they see. There's very little in the middle that's really going to stick. So your first touch and your last touch are the 2 most important points here. And right here, this scrolly thing drives me batty. And I have no idea what that would even look like on mobile. That might be a little strange on mobile as well. So fix the scrolly thing and give me some photos on here. You're a photographer. Like, there should never be a moment on your website where I don't see your work. Like, ever. There's no reason that I shouldn't see a baby or a mom or something on this page. Okay? Now, I am going to go and view your work. Okay, so you do have... Oh, view my work as a blog. Oh, so you do blog. Okay. The blog is beautiful. I like the setup. Oh, she's so cute. Okay. This isn't, I feel like this should link somewhere and it's not. Similar posts. Leave a comment. Okay, all right. I don't mind this. Though, these images all look almost exactly the same. And these images, other than the bonnet and the subtle hand placement and a headband, okay, are all pretty much the same. So you're showing me 2 photos from a single session, basically. I do wish you had a portfolio. And that honestly could be something as simple as, when you combine these info pages, putting in a slider of some sort that can slide through like your top 20 photos, right? But I need to see a gallery, a slider, something of your top work. I don't want to have to go through a bunch of blogs. See, even this is beautiful, but I don't want to have to go through a bunch of blogs to see a selection of your work. That's really, really frustrating. Oh, that is a beautiful baby. Okay, well, that's cool. How many images? But all right, that works. So I like that you have a blog. I think you need to name this blog or something along those lines, because this isn't really reviewing your work. So, because it is and it isn't. You've got a lot of informational stuff here, which is phenomenal. Phenomenal. This is a beautiful blog. This is a great blog. Do not change this at all. I love your blog, okay? I do think you need to change what you title the link from view my work to view the blog, right? And then, again, on a combined info page, have a slider or slideshow or small clickable gallery of photos. I can even show you like my portfolio page. I have one big photo and I have a little blip here, and it says about sessions, which takes them back to my info page. See, always on that same track. And then I have a gallery of images that they can browse through, and it's all of my like top favorite photos that I've taken. So that is what you're missing right now, is especially this studio tour page. You definitely, some behind the scenes photos of you would be great here for sure. Especially if you can give me like a behind the scenes, like see your videos and things. So you definitely have stuff of you working. Give me like a shot like this of you with the baby, and then next to it, show me the final shot. You know what I mean? Like, actually, I think that's probably what's going on right here, isn't it? You have, you're wrapping the baby, and then you put them in the little fluff, and then you're good. So put those next to each other on your studio tour, on your informational page, or on your contact page. That is a great type of photo for your contact page, showing a what you see, what I see sort of moment. But you're missing that emotional connection, and you're not giving enough information on your informational pages. This doesn't really tell me anything. 1,000 props for me to choose from. Okay, well, where's your portfolio where I can see sort of like what all of these things are, right? You're almost there. You're almost there. You really just need to flesh out these pages a little bit more. So your homework really is combine your price and studio page into an all-encompassing page that goes through the process of working with you, emotionally connect, tell them what you do, why they should hire you, the important things to look for when they're hiring a photographer, right? And I'm sure you have little blogs, little blips, things you can put in like that. Throw in 1 or 2 reviews in the middle or at the bottom. give me a slider or small gallery of some sort that people can click through and see like the best tip top selection of your work. Rename your blog link, reorder these top links again, like I was talking about. You want your session info, right? Or learn about working with me, or learn about sessions, anything you want to name it like that. And then you want view my work, but we're going to change that to view the blog. And then you can have all about you and let's chat. And that's perfect, honestly. That would be beautiful. But I think you seem like you're going to give a lot of information and then you don't. Okay, so reorder this. Combine these two pages and really flesh them out. Take your time and really put in a ton of connection. Talk to your clients. Like if you were sitting down at coffee with a potential client, how would you talk to them? Would you say, I, me, my, I do this, I do this, I do this? Or would you be asking them questions about, well, what are you looking for? What are you interested in? What kind of colors do you love? What kind of props are you looking for? What's your style? That is the language you need to be using on this informational page. And the best thing I can tell you to do is pull out your phone or turn your microphone on your computer or whatever and record yourself talking. Look at your work. Pull up like 20 to 30 of your favorite photos that you've ever taken and start talking about it. Start talking about the clients you worked with. Start talking about why those sessions were so great, what makes all of it so amazing. Just start talking. Okay? And you're going to feel really stupid at first because talking to yourself is like one of the worst things ever. But go back and listen to it. And once you get past hearing yourself, you'll start to find that you can pull things from what you've said and use those statements on your website and be able to flesh out these informational pages more. And I don't mean talk for 10 minutes. I mean talk for like 20 to 30. And it's hard. It's hard to just sit there and keep talking. And you might say, ha, 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 like a lot, right? But the longer you talk, the more fluid and comfortable and like the deeper you'll go, right? So if you just sit there and talk for like 5 minutes, you're probably just going to scratch the surface about how you're feeling. But if you deep dive and get really emotional with your work, you're going to like reconnect with your work and you're emotionally going to reconnect with those moments you had with those clients. And those are the connections and the vibes you want to come through on your website. So whatever language you're using when you start to talk about your work and you start to get emotional about your work, that is what needs to come through on the language on your website. And then I'm going to come back. We're going to circle back over to your homepage here. And I do want you to reorder the order of your homepage to reflect the order of what's going on up here. Your first link up here, you need not a photo of you, or it could be one of those behind the scenes, like of you and then the actual photo of the baby. That would be fine. But I want to see a baby here. I want to see a paragraph here that is an emotional connection to your clients, not about you. And then you need to guide them over to your informational page. Okay? So tagline, great. You can leave this up here if you want. But I really feel like I like this sort of thing better. Oh, and you want the best for your newborn? Or this. Let's bring your dreams to reality together. I love that statement. If you wanted to open with that statement, that would be like, yep, that's fantastic. And then expand on that. Make your main opening paragraph all about that. Your dreams. What are your dreams? What are the big dreams you have for this brand new baby? Not your photo dreams. Talk about their dreams. And that's the thing, is you don't have to talk about photography in general. You can talk about them and what they're going through and what their struggles are. So like mine, I'm all nature. So I say like a field of sunflowers or a dandelion in a sidewalk crack, no matter how you view the world, things around you are growing. That little life in your belly, the size of your family, and the love in your soul. This is the season of your life you'll never forget. Just like nature, babies need nurturing. So while you worry about what foods you should be eating, what crib to buy, or simply how you're going to survive without sleep, let me take a little worry away. Rest assured knowing that your little bundle is in good hands, fully insured and safety trained hands. So join me on a tiny adventure. So you see, I don't ever say photography in there at all. But obviously that's what I do. Okay? So this is my emotional connection. It talks about them, it talks about what they're struggling with, and it talks about nature, and it combines it all together. Okay? I do say unforgettable photos. So, excuse me. So I do put it in there. And my whole tagline is life is an adventure. So you're missing an emotional connection here, and you need to rearrange this main page. So this top one, you need an emotional connection. We don't need to learn about you yet. We don't need your contact info yet. We don't need to see the award you've won. We don't care yet. That's not a thing. We care about what you're going to, I care about what you're going to do for me. What are you going to do for me? Right? That's what people care about the first time they come on your website. I love your, excuse me, I forgot my water. I love your reviews here. This is great. You could do a slider like this for your portfolio on your info page. You could have photos rather than words, and that would work really well. And then again, this is a great kind of blip that you could put over on your info page. And then view the studio. Okay, so, and this is, you have Q&As for all three. Okay, I do want to open these and see what's going on. And you have a VIP plan. All right, so I'm gonna keep going here. All right, so your homepage. I think you could move you to the bottom. You need emotional connection at the top, which links over to your informational page, which means you can get rid of this whole blip here. Actually, I like the way this is set up. I would use two totally different photos. These look way too similar to be right next to each other. Like, I get it, the headband's different, the focus is different, pose is slightly different, but they look exactly the same. I would swap one of those out. You're missing a moment there. You could totally put a complementing image here. Make this your emotional connection paragraph and click view more info or get more info, right? Want more info? Check out my info page or learn about my studio, right? That is what this needs to be. This whole block right here, this what's on my screen, needs to be what is right here. Okay? Get rid of this, move it all the way down and put this block up top. But instead of what's the process, I want it to be an emotional connection, okay? And then instead of view my prices, say view my studio, learn more. And you say want more information. So here, learn more. Learn more. And then takes them over to that info page, which will have the process on it. It will have the studio tour on it. So you don't even need this here. I do like this, but let me see what's going on here. Facts about maternity sessions. Okay. This is great info. I don't understand why this info is hidden at the very bottom of your homepage below everything else. I think you could combine these. Ooh, something's odd here. You could combine a lot of this into your info pages. You need to fix your font colors, whatever's going on here, because this is very hard to read. Okay, this is the information people need, and it's hidden. far, far away deep down on the bottom of your homepage, and I promise you nobody is scrolling that far down at all. Everyone is clicking off of your homepage before they get to these points. Well, that's annoying. What was that link? That was your... Okay, don't even put it on there. Or break the link and don't let it be clickable, because that is just... Nope. Don't do that. That's annoying. To click something and go to a page that has absolutely no info, that's a dead end. You do not want to dead end someone on your website, because if I were to click on this and end up here, I would just be like, there's not even a countdown. Like, back to the, what is this? And I'd probably be like, okay, I'm exiting out of this. So you've dead ended right here. If anything, put something here. Make it match your website. Have more specific info about Cake Smashes coming soon. For now, you can learn more about sessions by going here and link over to your information page, okay? Push them back over. If you absolutely have to have that link holding there, fine. But you need to do something on this page so that it is not a dead end, okay? You do not want dead ends on your website. That is how you will make people just exit out. Now, this information on these two pages is amazing. Amazing. But it is all hidden down here underneath everything. The View My Prices, View My Studio, and these two Q&As, you have all the info you need to make an amazing singular information and portfolio page. Okay? You can still have a Q&A. You can still have an FAQ. That's fine. You can still have that. If there's information that you really just don't want to put out there, like, can we take cell phone photos and videos while we're in the studio? I mean, that doesn't really have to be on your main info page, right? But like, what should we wear? You can fill that out for newborn and maternity, right? Well, for maternity sessions, I offer XYZ. For newborns, this is what you should do, right? You can have a singular FAQ page. It does not have to be separated out in any way. And yeah, like sibling and mom and dad, like this is something that should be on your general information page. Like I used to say, I don't do siblings anymore and I don't do families anymore. I'm newborn only. But when I did, I always had a note on my page that said, siblings are always welcome. Siblings are always welcome. Like it was as easy as that, right? How long does it actually last, right? So you don't actually have to ask a lot of these questions. You can just say on your info page that sessions typically last XYZ, right? For maternity sessions last about 1 hour. Newborn sessions can take up to 3. So, or you could just say in general, sessions take up to 3 hours depending on the number of people and the type of session you've booked, right? You contact me for more info. So that's a great way to do that. You have so much information on these pages, and look, you have these photos with every single blip. This is amazing. This is perfect. This is like what your info pages need to be, okay? So you have the info there completely. So you just need to condense it and combine it and move it in together and make it a single place where your clients can go to get all the information they need without having to click around or search or happen upon it on the very bottom of your homepage. Because I promise you, no one is finding that information. And this is like the most important information that you could be giving them. So it needs to be on one of these pages on your main link. And I really feel like it should be on Tour of the Studio or Prices, or if I really do hope you combine those into a single informational page. I think that would be your best bet. Now, your final thing is your VIP. 5 sessions over 18 months. What's not to love? Okay, very cool, very cool. Yeah. That's weird that it oh, no, I would just say I would change that for more information to contact me, and I'd flip that arrow to the other side. That's very odd. It makes me feel like we're going to go back to the page before. I would leave this right at the bottom of the homepage. You could put a little blip about VIP packages on your info page, but this is like super technical, and it's all about print credits and how many sessions can be booked, what's included. This totally takes me out of any sort of emotional connection. So if you want to really advertise the VIP, I would get rid of all of this. This is contract stuff right here. This is stuff you get into later. If you want to sell someone on a VIP baby package, then you need to expand on why someone wants 5 sessions over 18 months. Why does someone want this? I don't care if it's an exclusive offer and that you only accept 1 client a month, right? I don't care that $600 is due. I want to know why. Why do I want this? Why is this a thing? And maybe you have a blog about it. I mean, I would hope you have a blog about VIP. I mean, that would really be like the best thing for your VIP would be doing a blog post about it. Okay, so if you do, it's not super recently. Okay, so yeah, so if you really want to advertise VIP and link over to that info, because I think you did mention it somewhere else other than your homepage. I think you had it. Was it on Tour the Studio? You had to learn more. Okay, so I don't know. I thought I saw the link somewhere else, but on your informational page, you can totally have a link over to VIP. But if you do, you need to make sure that that VIP still has those emotional connections. Don't talk about the contractual stuff. That will take someone straight out of emotional and right back into logical brain. And that is not what you want. That is not how we sell newborn photos. Okay? JCPenney sells to a logical brain, right? Here's a $25, or here, come in for your free session, right? And of course, they still charge out the butt. But you need to bank on the emotional here. Okay, you're selling a premium product. VIP is a premium service. You only take on 1 a month. So that needs to be an emotional connection, even more so for anyone going to that page. Don't talk about the details. Talk about, sure, what's included. You get 5 incredible sessions. You get the maternity. You get each and every wonderful milestone along the way to watch your baby grow and develop and learn. And we'll be there every step of the way and capture all of those moments and all of the things, right? That is what you should be advertising. Not, I only take 1 a month. It's $600 to book. What else was it? I mean, it's very, very factual. I think I already flipped off the page. Okay, but it's super factual the way you have it set up, which is not what you want it to be. You don't want facts. This right here makes you seem like a menu. Okay? Like this is going to McDonald's, right? I'm not saying you're priced like McDonald's, but I'm saying you go to McDonald's, everything is laid out. It's very like boop, 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 ABC, 1, 2, 3. Here is what you're offered. This is what the things you can get are. And there you are. There you have it. This is what it is, right? But if you go into a luxury store, it's, well, what are you looking for? How, what do you need from this product? What are you interested in? What flavors do you enjoy? How, and then they custom make something for you back in the kitchen. See, that's the difference here. Is right now, your photos scream luxury. They do. They're gorgeous. Your work is beautiful. But the language you're using on your website or lack of, at least on these very accessible areas, are not screaming luxury. I can tell you've put a ton of work into your brand, and what your website looks like, and I can tell you put a ton of time into your photography, but you've not put a ton of time into the words and how you're communicating here. So definitely take some time and think about how you want to talk to your clients, because that is the thing you're missing here, is you're missing emotional connection, and you need a solid path through your website. Okay? You need to get them from your homepage to your contact page, and you need to get them there with giving them enough information that they like you, love your work, and can make a decision about contacting you. But not so much information that they're overwhelmed or don't need to contact you. There is a thing as too much information, the same as there's too little information. And right now, you have too little up here, and the fact that all of your best information is all the way down here in a Q&A needs to change. Okay, so you have some rearranging to do. You need to do some condensing, some moving, some rearranging. And then I'm around if you have any questions. You can shoot me a message on Facebook, or even just through the Square Messenger email. Respond to the email through from your Square email. I get all of those if you have any questions. And once you make your changes, feel free to reach out, and I can do a quick run through and just double check on things once you feel like you've gotten the edits to where you want them to be. So don't be afraid to reach out again, okay? This is not the end of my help. I absolutely do a second quick review. It won't be like this. It won't be like a whole hour like this was, but I will go back in, especially if you're having trouble with something or if you need help wording something, just let me know. And I can come in and give you a little like, yes, no, this is working, this isn't working, and give you a little more guidance along the way, okay? And I will be honest, if I feel like you need a whole review again, I will let you know. But typically, I have no problem going back in and giving you a second review when you're ready for it. So just reach out, and good luck. And again, if you have any questions, please reach out. Don't be afraid to. And again, your work is beautiful. Your studio is stunning, but you got to work on that emotional connection and the order of links on your website and that path going through from your homepage to the info to your contact. Okay? So good luck, and we will talk soon. Bye.